it's bull or bear, I don't care. It's quite a rough ride, just like life. But I'm kinda patient, cause only time will tell. It's gonna go up, so you better.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. I'm the Crypto Crow. Today, we're going to be talking about Cardano in a big way because some new milestones have been met. And obviously, we are all waiting for Voltaire. We're waiting for the Chang hard fork. It can happen just about any time. 170% of the nodes out there have basically updated themselves. I'm still waiting on my own. It's not necessarily the easiest thing, apparently. So it takes some time as people migrate over to the latest and greatest. Now, we're going to be talking today about what's happening. Why is this all so important? And I don't know how many of you are new here compared to how many people basically watch me every day. But we're going to dive into this. So let's open it up and there we go. All right. So Cardano Treasury is now controlling over 1.5 billion with a B ADA. Currently worth about $720 trillion or $20 trillion, $720 million with an M. Cardano's treasury has amassed 1.5 billion ADA tokens valued at approximately $720 million. Observers explain that the growing treasury reserves reflects tightened network activity. ADA's price is on the cusp of a notable breakout, market analysis note, citing historical data. Now, basically what this boils down to is throughout the years, all of the transactions happening on Cardano feed just a little bit of ADA into the treasury. Now, for years, many of us have been talking about Cardano, wondering, why don't they market? Why don't they advertise? Why don't we really see any big ads or anything like that promoting the blockchain? You see other blockchains do it. You see other blockchains all over the place, constantly promoting themselves with paid narratives, paid advertising, paid this, paid articles, all kinds of stuff. And Cardano doesn't do it. To my knowledge, Cardano's never paid a single influencer, including myself. In all of the years I've been covering Cardano, nobody's ever come to me and said, you know what, Crow? We really appreciate everything you've done. Here's a check. Get out there and be somebody, right? Like, nobody does that. A lot of other blockchains do. A lot of other blockchains are I get 4 or 5 messages a day from marketing companies and marketing directors at different blockchain companies, basically trying to get me to talk about their projects on the channel, wanting to know what my prices are. How can we collab, they say. Cardano doesn't do that. And many of us in the Cardano sphere have been frustrated with the fact that we watch so many other blockchains out there pumping their own tokens, pumping the value of their tokens through a variety of different means, and Cardano always typically remains silent. You talk to Charles on a live stream, he will not talk about the price of Cardano. He does not care. He has never cared. Of course he cares, but he can't talk about it because all of the different things related to what we know and see and are typically used to in the crypto space go against the overall decentralized nature of why Cardano was built to begin with. Cardano was not built for any one individual to make those kinds of decisions, to make those kinds of projections. That is not their goal. It's a very difficult thing for a lot of people in crypto to wrap their heads around because we're used to seeing things a certain way, and then Cardano comes along, flips the script on everyone to the point where most people don't even understand it. Well, this is one of those things that's vitally important to the future of the Cardano blockchain ecosystem as a whole. And so that's why we're covering it. 1.5 billion ADA today. This could very easily become $3 billion, $4, $5, $6, $10 billion in a treasury just by early 2025, depending on how the market goes. And that's a really, really big deal. But no individual person is going to dictate what happens to that money. No one person, not Charles, not Cardano Foundation, not Emergo, are going to dictate where that money goes and what it's used for. Who is? That is the question. Well, Given the idea that Voltaire is coming very, very soon, the Chain hard fork is getting ready to launch. Once that happens, that truly decentralizes the entire Cardano blockchain, and it is the final leg of all of these major eras, Basho, Shelley, all of the different eras making up the Cardano white paper, the plans for action from smart contracts to staking and so on, Hydra, and just all of the different things that make Cardano what it is and what it's going to be. And a big part of that is the true democratic constitution of Cardano. And that's what we're going to be looking at. So basically what this means is a group of individuals have ultimately been elected. Cardano's democratic experiment, community-led constitution takes shape. The election has concluded. The Cardano Foundation concluded the election for ICC members. Over 455 million ADA tokens were staked during the election. The Cardano Atlantic Council, Cardano Japan, and Eastern Cardano Council were elected. This is a major, major milestone, not just for Cardano, but for all blockchain in the world right now, because this is ultimately showing how we can utilize Cardano to structure elections in any country, any city, anywhere in the world. And we're going to find out just how effective these truly democratic and transparent elections will be moving forward. Because right now, 1.5 billion ADA, as well as the monetary value associated with that throughout this bull market, are going to be dictated by these folks based off of the voting. Now, the Cardano Foundation, a nonprofit organization overseeing the Cardano blockchain, concluded elections for the interim constitutional committee. This body will vote on and manage the first on-chain governance actions. Intersect, a member-based organization on the blockchain, announced that 6 candidates were chosen, with the top 3 being onboarded to the ICC and the other 3 as alternates in the event 1 or more of the top 3 declined to sit on the ICC. Over 455 million ADA tokens were staked during the election, with nearly 2,000 unique votes cast. The top 3 will join the ICC, while the remaining 3 will serve as alternates. The elected entities are the Cardano Atlantic Council, Cardano Japan, and Eastern Cardano Council, which makes sense because Cardano was actually officially launched in Japan. Mauro Augustin Andreoli, Scientific Analytical Tools LLC, and Joshua Stone are alternatives. Patrick Tobler, I'll be seeing him in Vegas in August. CEO of NMKR, an NFT platform on Cardano, expressed confidence in the results. He stated, I feel very confident about these results. The Cardano community will be very well representative in the interim constitutional committee. Intersect confirmed that the onboarding of elected members will begin soon and encourage community participation in upcoming Constitutional Council elections. Unsuccessful ICC candidates were invited to apply for these council elections. The drafting of the Cardano Constitution will commence in August, right around the time of Rare Evo, the biggest Cardano convention anywhere, involving over 50 workshops and culminating in a constitutional convention in Buenos Aires this December. As previously reported, the Cardano community plays a central role in the blockchain's new governance system. Founder Charles Hoskinson has voiced optimism about these pivotal developments for Cardano. Listen, folks, here's the thing, especially those of you who've been following me since 2017. And you're a big bull in Cardano. You're a big proponent in Cardano. And not only that, you are a big proponent in what true democracy looks like. True democracy is a system by which every individual can cast a vote in a way they believe, and that vote be counted in a transparent, valid, viable way. That Ladies and gentlemen, is what Cardano is structuring and building today. It is preparing to launch. We are moving one step closer every single day towards a truly democratic blockchain, the likes of which nobody in crypto has ever seen. Every metric set by the typical blockchain industry has been flipped on its head by the way Cardano has been designed and built from the beginning, to the point where so many still don't fully understand just how different Cardano is. Cardano was recently hacked. Not hacked. Somebody did a DDoS attack to Cardano. And not only did that DDoS attack fail, but the attacker had to pay because their money was drained, and it was ultimately utilized by the open source project that they were trying to DDoS attack to begin with. When was the last time you've ever heard of something like that happen? Transactions per second, a throughput metric that all of us reference to find out just how fast a blockchain is, flipped on its head once again by Cardano. The very nature of transactions per second goes right out the window when you can have hundreds, if not thousands, of transactions happening at the same time in that one transaction. How many points of data, how many different packets of data can be included in one single transaction, multiplying your actual throughput from TPS to everything associated with that transaction. This isn't a one-for-one game. This isn't binary anymore. A lot of people still to this day do not realize that about Cardano. They compare its throughput with other blockchains that claim a much higher throughput. That is not even a factor anymore. And it's going to continue to grow and expand exponentially through the use of Hydra. Imagine the throughput of a blockchain that has 3,000 nodes, and each one of those nodes is basically handling up to 1,000 transactions per second, each of those transactions handling hundreds of different data points. There's no comparison to what Cardano has built. And I believe it is going to be the most powerful, most widely utilized, most secure, most democratic blockchain ever to exist, and potentially to ever exist in the future. And that's one of the reasons why I am so insanely bullish. I am tired of the way everything is today. I am begging for change across the board in all things. Cardano, I believe, is going to lead the way it has led the way in so many other variables that we know and love in blockchain tech. And I think it's ultimately going to play a significant role in changing how we look at pretty much everything else in the world too. And as more adoption continues to grow and our abilities expand with Cardano and our education about what Cardano is not only capable of, but how we're able to take advantage of it, and then we're going to have the ability to utilize a 1.5 billion ADA treasury that's going to continue to grow in monetary value over the coming year with immense power to change lives, change direction, change anything we want to change. What else can you say about that? The future looks very, very bright. I'm very, very proud and glad to be a part of it. And I'm super excited for what the future holds for Cardano, its ecosystem, and all of us that are involved. I can't wait for August, where I can meet so many of you in Vegas at Rare Evo. And until I do, we're just going to continue diving right in. Until next time, crow your coins. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Crow your Cardano.